There's one to go. The top 5 positions are fairly firm. After that, it's pretty close. Melissa Marlowe, Rhonda Fain, Christy Phillips. She's in 8th place. Henrik and Dundas really do not have much of a chance in catching the group. This is then the final chance in the final routine, in the final rotation for Christy Phillips at these Olympic trials. 8th after the 3rd rotation. She really can't afford a 100th or even a 10th off.
As she said in the beginning, she has to do the routine of her life because Rhonda and Melissa both have exceptional routines if they hit.
And they're coming up right after her.
This is the move that could give her trouble. Let's see if she hits it. She does. This is where Christy's personality shines. Kind of slow movements are strategically planned so the gymnast gets a little bit of a breath before they have to do their second tumbling run. Then watch this one. She prepares in this corner. It's a double run, actually. Punch front, and she continues. Nadia's routine one time. And this is where it counts. This last tumbling run, the last move of her routine and of the competition. Not quite the difficulty that she's usually up to.
She stepped out. She stepped out. The yellow flag is up. Her foot went out of bounds.
And that could mean a 10th of a point.
All right. I think Bella knows. He usually has a big hug if there's a 10 or a 9.95. You can almost judge the score that he expects to receive from the strength of the hug. Here's where she went out of bounds on the dismount.
And obviously that 10th of point, you just can't give it up when the competition is this close. You're pushing so hard. Double twist there. You can see her heels are slightly over. Her coach, Marta Caroli, there said that she was going to play it safe at the end, and yet it cost her a 10th of a point.
Christy may have needed just a little bit more time to get her body back to the strength she needs to perform with all the weight she had to lose. And there you see right along that white line, that's out of bounds. Christy Phillips, you don't know what's going to happen in the routines that follow, but just maybe she may have missed this Olympic team by 2 inches. Now, Melissa Marlowe is getting set to perform on her last rotation performance. It will be on the balance beam. She is 6th after the 3rd rotation. Remember, 6th is the cutoff. 7th place is an alternate in Seoul. 8th place is an alternate that remains back in the United States.
And she's very focused. This has also been an event for Melissa that has given her trouble in the past.
Something she may be thinking about is her performance at the USA Championships. She fell off the balance beam there and wound up 11th in the all-around. Here at the trial, she has made up 5 spots to where she sits now at 6th.
Very difficult combination leap there. Slight bobble. Another tough leap. There's another 10th or 2. Now, that should have been a round off to immediate split jump, but she's playing it a little cautious here.
Christy Phillips' score at 9.6, and she's watching deep in her heart, maybe hoping that Melissa Marlowe has a few more of those mistakes in her.
Great concentration so far. Getting prepared for a big tumbling move. One of the requirements. Her dismount. Double pike. She may have just done it.
She only needs a 9.1 to move in front of Phillips, and I think she's got that. That's so hard to tell, and especially after watching what happened to Dan Hayden last night, whether it's cemented until it's over. But it looks right now as though Missy Marlowe will be one of those representing the United States of America. But remember, still to come, yet another one of the Karolyi gymnasts. Her name is Rhonda Fain. Salt Lake City, Al Trautwig along with Kathy Rigby McCoy. Becky Dixon is here, as well as Donna DeVerona, and Frank Gifford is still upstairs in the host position as we continue on ABC's Wide World of Sports. You're looking at the last woman, we believe, who has a realistic hope of challenging for any of the spots left of honor here at the Olympic trials, Rhonda Fain.
And she has to fight that sinking feeling that one feels when the competitor before you has done a magnificent job and you're so close.
Now, catching Missy Marlowe is nearly impossible for Rhonda. She needs a 9.6, though, to move in front of her teammate, Chrissy Phillips, into 7th place. Now, that's the alternate position.
With gymnastics the way it is, anything could happen, and while nobody wishes injury on anybody, you have to be just as prepared in that 7th position.
Now, having punched out the calculator as quickly as we can, it is impossible for Rhonda Fain to catch Missy Marlowe. And if that's the case, Missy Marlowe is going to go to Seoul.
She doesn't look too disappointed here on the Florex, though. She's giving it her all. A lot of credit to her for her performance at the World Championships. She's a tough, tough competitor, and I think we'll see more of her.
One of the reasons why it is so difficult for the gymnasts to make up the tenths and hundredths needed is that in this last stage in the optionals, there's a multiplication factor. You don't get to keep your entire score, and so the actual score that you receive is downgraded, and the numbers that you receive aren't what they appear, and so the numbers that you can make up really come slower than they might appear to you. It is a complicated mathematical procedure which will determine who goes, and right now we think we have a pretty good idea. Rhonda Fain's score will be coming up in a moment.